Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed reading and learning about the Emancipation Proclamation yesterday. Um, or maybe you have put it up, not done that yet. So I would say, I don't know if it really matters which one you listen to first, Emancipation Proclamation or the Gettysburg Address. But um, today we're going to be talking about the Gettysburg Address. So we're all about Lincoln this week and Lincoln's famous words. So the Gettysburg Address is it's just a really fantastic piece of writing. It's one of my favorites. I'm excited for you to read it. I'm going to include the speech. I'm going to include a sheet that asks you to close read it, and then I'm going to include a video recording. What I would say is probably read it, then watch the dramatic reenactment of the Gettysburg Address, and then read it again. That would probably help you if you went in that order. Um, that would be how I would recommend doing it. And then you could watch it again if you needed more help understanding it. So, a little bit of context is that in July of 1863, the Confederate and Union Army fought at Gettysburg, which is um, it's in Pennsylvania. And it was a really terrible battle. Lots and lots of people died. The Union won. It was a really important victory for the Union. So then in October of that same year, they planned to commemorate the battlefield as a like a cemetery for fallen soldiers. So after the war, the soldiers would be buried in sort of makeshift graves, and they were going back and reburying and getting gravestones and making it like an official cemetery to honor the dead. So it was an important day to sort of honor the sacrifices that had been made. And Lincoln came. The speech well. First of all, there's a lot of debate about versions of the speech. There's like 5 different versions, and a whole historical debate about which one's actually right. I don't really care about that. I'm not super interested in all that controversy, but it's there if you are curious about it and would like to Google it. And so the speech is 275, less than 275 words, which is very short. The other person who was speaking that day spoke for 2 hours. So a speech that short is an incredibly rare thing. So that was one thing that was a little bit different and interesting about the speech, is that it was so short. It was a very powerful speech. Lincoln starts with evoking the Declaration of Independence, really kind of like reminding everyone what our nation stands for, which, as you know, during the mid 1800s was in a really important part of our country as people started to figure out who we were, Jack, honey, morally and stuff. So that was a really meaningful thing, and also talking about the Union and the kind of the American experiment. So it's one of the most important speeches of our history, maybe the most important speech, quoted a million times. It's 407 years ago and all that stuff. After Lincoln finished talking, and you'll see this in the dramatic reenactment that you watch, it is said, and I think this is probably pretty much a true historical fact and not just urban legend, that he stopped speaking and it was silent. Everyone was so shocked by his words, and it took a second. I am talking to myself. I'm making a lesson. Say good morning, Jacko. And then everyone was just like shocked into silence, and it took a couple seconds before they started to applaud, and then they all started to applaud, and then Lincoln knew that it was a great speech, and blah blah blah. So it was a very unconventional speech because it was so short, and then it has gone down in history as one of the most important speeches of our nation's history. So enjoy reading it and watching it and analyzing it today. And then we will move in tomorrow into research. So be ready for tomorrow. We'll be doing research. And the dog just dropped my phone on the ground.